Dune, 10 Perks of Living on Caladan. Caladan is the Mediterranean-style planet of the Dune universe, and it's a nice place to visit. The expansive Dune universe returned to the big screen in 2021 thanks to director Denis Villeneuve's daring new vision of Frank Herbert's original 1965 novel. Great care was taken into depicting not just the characters and the technology of this universe, but also the settings. The desert world of Dune looks just the way someone would expect. And the same is true of Caladan. Dune/Arrakis is the most important world in the Dune universe, but this universe is also home to worlds such as Khitan, the brutal GD Prime and, of course, Caladan. In particular, Caladan is the homeworld of the Atreides house, and there are many perks, advantages and upsides to living on this world or even just visiting it. What are some perks of living here in the original Dune novel and in the lore beyond it? Warning, spoilers for Dune lore ahead. 10. Caladan has few climate extremes. Some planets in sci-fi have a single overarching terrain type or climate, such as the brutally cold and snowy world of Hoth in Star Wars or, indeed, the legendary heat and dryness of Dune itself. Such worlds can be monotonous and unpleasant that way, but Caladan is different. Caladan has fairly moderate climates and weather. So there's no need for the likes of still suits or heavy-duty winter parkas to walk around on this planet. Everyone loves good weather, and Caladan has it. 9. Caladan has moderate terrain, too. Caladan is a geographically pleasant planet as well, and in many ways, this world may remind visitors of the ancient Mediterranean on Earth. Though it's a bit chillier than that. Caladan's expansive seas, rocky cliffs and rolling hills may remind viewers of the natural wonders of Greece, and that's a good thing. Caladan can thus support industries such as animal husbandry, farming, fishing and a lot more, and that gives the working-class people of Caladan plenty of pleasant work to do. No one could go fishing or raise sheep on Dune or even GD Prime. 8. Caladan has cool architecture. Architecture can really make a culture feel alive, and in sci-fi and fantasy movies, architecture can reveal a great deal about how a certain civilization or city functions. In Dune's case, the Atreides family has stylish but practical architecture to show off all across Caladan. The Atreides have a Greek theme, and no doubt any guest would be dazzled with the gorgeous architecture all around them. The Atreides family must find it very cozy to live in such well-designed mansions and other facilities on this planet, and it may be a point of pride for them. 7. Caladan has bullfighting games to watch. Many cultures have become blended in the Dune universe, and some Spanish elements found their way onto Caladan, too. This planet is noted for hosting deadly but exciting bullfighting games. And Atreides dukes such as Leto Atreides often fight bulls in person to show their strength. Leto's father, the old duke, died in the bullfighting arena, but that's not usually how these things go. Normally, thousands of spectators can enjoy the sight of their duke proving his worth against a massive and powerful animal. In the 2021 movie, in particular, some brief scenes emphasized a bull's horns on Caladan, alluding to the old duke. 6. The Atreides have an impressive military stationed on Caladan. The houses of the Landsraad have armies and assassins at their disposal, to challenge their rivals or defend themselves from attack. And the Atreides are no exception. The Atreides aren't particularly aggressive, but they do protect Caladan with an impressive military of their own. Caladan citizens can rest easy knowing that one of the best house armies in the Landsraad is protecting them from the Harkonnens or other threats. In fact, this army almost rivals the legendary Sardaukar legions in strength, which is what drew the Emperor's attention to Caladan. 5. The Atreides are benevolent leaders. The Atreides family lives on a pleasant world, and they have a powerful military at their command. Those two factors work heavily in Caladan's favor. But there's more. By most standards, the Atreides are benevolent, fair and just in their rule, as opposed to their rivals, the cruel and greedy Harkonnens. Anyone would want to live on Caladan and enjoy having fair and benevolent leaders like the Atreides. And anyone born on Caladan can take it for granted. If they visited Salusa Secundus or GD Prime, they'd be in for a nasty shock. 4. Caladan is under Emperor Paul's protection. During the events of 2021's Dune, Leto Atreides is the ruler of Caladan, and then the entire Atreides family must relocate to Dune to start harvesting the precious spice melange. And leave Caladan far behind. For a time, Count Casimir Fenring was more or less Caladan's ruler, but that didn't last. After the Harkonnens' final defeat, Paul will become the new emperor. And he will take back control of Caladan and view it as a preferred planet of his. Caladan is his beloved home, and he can use his many resources as emperor to keep it safe. The people of Caladan must be overjoyed. 3. Caladan has a wine industry. In addition to its many orchards, fisheries and farms, the world of Caladan also grows pundi rice and has plenty of wineries, and plenty of people in the Dune universe love a good drink. The strong wine industry on Caladan is no doubt a part of this world's Greek theme. Any wine lover would love to visit Caladan sometime or even move there, and either find work at a winery or open a winery of their own. So long as their business practices are fair, these wine enthusiasts should get the full support of the Atreides family. 2. Caladan remains pleasant, well protected through countless centuries. Some planets or kingdoms in sci-fi or fantasy are idyllic and bountiful for a time, then fall to ruin due to war, natural disaster or other events, but that is not the case for Caladan. In Dune lore, this lovely planet is always a temperate world of wineries, fisheries and orchards, not to mention that classy Greek architecture. In Paul's time, around the year 10,191, Caladan is a great place to live. Much later in Dune lore, 3,500 years later in particular, Caladan is still a pleasant world while the god Emperor Leto II rules. 1,500 after that, things are getting messy in the Dune universe as the Lost Ones return, but Caladan, now called Dan, is still doing well. That is truly remarkable. 1. Caladan is a great place for biologists to visit. Living on Caladan is a pleasant experience for many reasons, and depending on a citizen's profession, this planet can support a serious career in the sciences. 2. Trained professionals such as planetologists can study the many mysteries of Dune/Arrakis, and they can carry out this work on Caladan too. Dune fluff makes it clear that Caladan is home to complex marine ecosystems in the planet's many rivers, lakes and oceans, and any trained marine biologist on Caladan would love the chance to discover some new species or write a dissertation on Caladanian marine life.